Yeah, good day everyone. In this video, I will show you how to install SQL Server 2019 and the SQL Server Management Studio. So three main tasks that we'll be doing in this video are we have to download and install the SQL Server 2019. We will download and install the SSMS, which is the SQL Server Management Studio. And we'll also download and recover the Adventure Works 2019 database that will be used for uh, our SQL Server. So the main reason why we are trying to do this is simply for those that probably want to practice on their own or learn how to use SQL on their own. You can download the SQL Server and the SQL Server Management Studio on your computer to learn how to use SQL. So the first thing that I have to do is that uh, let me go to my let me go to my Google search engine. I'm going to type download SQL Server 2019. Let me select that. And I'm going to come to the SQL Server 2019 link. You can see this is a Microsoft Studio, but this is a Microsoft icon. So click on this link. So, so I'm trying to download the English version of the executable file for SQL Server 2019. So let's click on this. So now this has been downloaded. So let me check my download folder. I should have it there. Sorry, my download folder. So I have it there. So what I'm going to do is that I want to choose a path that I will store all my installation file. So let's do something. So here I want to use my C drive, and here you can see this is local disk C drive. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to do new. I'm going to call that folder to be my SQL Server folder. I'm going to click OK. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drag the file I downloaded, the executable or the installation file for the SQL Server 2019. I'm going to drag it to the new folder I just created. So let me do that so I'm just going to drag this to the move to SQL Server folder. So that has been done. So I'm going to come to my SQL Server folder, and I'm going to double click on this installation file twice. Uh, so I'm going to hit on the yes. So now it has started download. So I'm going to select an installation type. So I'm going to choose the basic type, and I'm going to accept the terms, and I'm going to click on, can you see I created a SQL Server folder? So the part is the C drive, the program files, and the Microsoft SQL Server. Then I'm going to click on install. And this is the minimum free space required and the download size. You can see that by the right hand corner. So click on the install button. This might take a while. It's downloaded successfully. It's now installing. It might take a while, but I think we are having a very good progress. We're almost done. Uh, Almost there. Almost done. So very slow. Don't know why. Cool. So I want us to be, I want you to pay attention to this. So after the installation, I will be using a Microsoft authentication method. So for the sake of that, I'm not going to close this up. I'm just going to copy this machine name, because the machine name is BD /13172, but I'm just going to copy the BD part of it. So the next step is to install the SSMS. So I'm going to click on the install SSMS. So this is the install SSMS. If you click on this link, let's click on this link. Yeah, almost done. Download in progress. It's done. Let's click on it. So let me go back to my download file. I should have it there. Can you see this is the one I just downloaded? 6:22 p.m. That's Eastern time. I'm going to drop that into my SQL Server folder as well. I'm going to drop this here. Uh, Let me check if I have one in there before. So let's go back to my download file. So if you click on the download file, I have this already. So let me move this to, let's, I think this is okay. Okay. So I have it open. I have downloaded it before before I started this session. So let's just click on this, on the installer file. So, okay. So I have it open. That is the reason I was unable to pull it. And click on install. Then to click on the yes. It's loading the packages. So you can open your Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio from your download location. And once you open it, you can just double click on it and run the installer file. Now we are installing the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio with Azure Data Studio. And the release number is really version 19.1. We're almost done. Now integrating the services. Seems like it's almost done. now it's done. So click on the close button and come to your search button and put, you can see we have the SQL Server Management Studio. Let's open it. So there's one thing I would like to show you. If you remember, I said our machine name is gonna be, let's copy all this, but we're gonna remove the backward slash and all other numbers, characters afterwards, after it. 1317 is gonna be removed. So let's do this. So our server name is the BD, which is my machine name, and we are using what? Windows authentication. So let's try and connect it. Can you see it? That's connected. And now we have no database, right? So for the sake of the training, I'm going to download the AdventureWorks 2019 database. So to do that, let's go to our Google search engine. Let's do Google and let's do AdventureWork database. So can you see we have the AdventureWorks sample database for SQL Server? Click on the link. Once you click on the link, so you can see we have all through 2012 to 2022, and we have for different type. We have for the OLPT, we have for the data warehouse, and we have for the lightweight. But for the sake of our for this for the sake of the database that we want to use, we'll be going with the OLTP. The OLTP is data is for most typical online transactional processing workflow. So seeing the workflow, we're going to be processing into a developed environment just for texting, just for training purposes, not in a production environment. So we'll go for this OLTP data. So click on this AdventureWorks 2019. So show this in a folder. So this is the AdventureWork. I will drop it in my SQL Server folder. I'm going to drag and drop this into my SQL Server folder. Then let's go back to our SSMS. Oh, I think I have a lot of them open. Let me just close this, and I will close this, and I will close this, and I will close this. So so when you connect it again. So I have only one database. So for me to pull in, to bring in the adventure database, right click on this database folder and click on choose restore database. To run here. So here you can see it has the general selected by default. It says no backup setup selected to be restored. So check the device radio button and come to, can you see like this three dot sign? Click on it. And let's do add database. Then we now have to browse to the location where we have the adventure the database file. So this is our C, this is our program file. Let me try and drag this a little bit so that you can see clearly. And let's do select this. Can you see the Microsoft SQL Server folder that I created? Click on it. You can see it's by default it's selected. The Adventure Works 2019 file pop-up. Select that. Click OK. And click OK. Can you see now it has a database selected? Adventure database is on my SQL Server folder. Then let's click OK. So the connection. So let's okay. Let's show you now. Let's go back one step. Let's click new database. Let's click new database instead. It's gonna pop up. Let's do let's browse. No, no. Let's do should be restored. Restore database. So let's click check the device name. Let's select this. File. Let's do SQL. Okay, guys, it's still done now. I'll click OK. List of data adventures failed. So let me go back to close this. Let me go back to my file. So I have my Adventures 2019 here. Let me click on this. Let's install database. So if you have an existing database, you can check this box to overwrite this. And we have for database backup, database name. Why is it failing? Oh, let me do new database. Let me try database. Go database, to be the path, click on device, check our path. Over the existing. Okay, so let me do something. Let's go to option. Let's check this. Okay. So what happened was that I have an existing uh AdventureWorks database. So now I've overwrite it and I have a new one. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. So I have that. I was trying working on that before doing this video. So if you have, I have a database, like I say, the AdventureWorks pre-existed in this database. So I have to check that to overwrite it for me to do my restore. So that's that. So for us, let's see if we have anything in this database. So we have tables, we have the database diagram, we have the database diagram is not going to work actually. The database does not have one or more support objects required to use the database diagram. Do you wish to create them? Let's click on yes if it's going to work. So things we don't have one. So let's expand the tables. So this is the table. You can do a right click to select the top 100 records. Just want to see if the database is working. So it's very slow. So so now we have our records generated. So that shows this is working. For instance, let me just filter on where, let me use the where clause, where the name, sorry, the name equals the single quote cells. So let's give it a run. So we can see that this works perfectly. So basically, this is how to install a SQL Server 2019 and how to install SQL Server Management Studio and how to bring in a database into it. So basically, the best way for us to mitigate an error, like the one I that happened when I was trying to restore the database, was that if you have an existing database of the same naming convention of the same name type in your database that pre-existed in your database, please try and check the overwrites of checkbox that in this video so that you won't run into a problem like I did in the other time. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.